Well, in New Zealand, in many areas in New Zealand, we've got wonderful combination of soil and very favourable climates. But the success of New Zealand, I think, has been the recognition by many people in New Zealand that we do have a very special climate. New Zealand is in the middle of nowhere. I mean, if you go south from here and you leave New Zealand, the next stop is the South Pole. So it's a beautiful island. It's two islands, but they're right out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And that really gives us a great climate for grape growing, because it never gets too hot, it never gets too cold. There are some styles of wines probably that we're not so successful with because they maybe require more heat than we're able to generate with our climate. But by and large, the wines that we make in New Zealand are lively, they have great structure, they have a lot of natural acidity, and they suit a wide range of food. And some of them are very drinkable by themselves as aperitifs. This Sauvignon Blanc that comes from our region, from Marlborough, I think is widely drunk as a wine where the flavour is so recognisable and enjoyable that people just, they drink it. The number of different producers and the number of different regions that have been developed over the years, over the last 30 years, is truly exciting. And the biggest thing that's happened in New Zealand is that we've realised that certain regions and soil types suit certain varieties, and I think now we're very, very much focused on that. And that, I think, is the most exciting thing. That's what's going to take us into the future, because we're going to get better and better at what we do with these varieties. We're going to perfect our techniques for growing the grapes. We're going to perfect the techniques we use for making the wines, and we're going to use the unique characteristics of each of the areas in New Zealand that suit these wines. And I think that we're really only at the beginning of the wine business in New Zealand. That is very, very difficult, because we've changed so much. Back when we first planted grapes in New Zealand in the modern era, in the 1970s, we were planting varieties like Müller-Thurgau, Reichensteiner. When we, I suppose, graduated from hybrids that we grew for years and years and years. We've colonised new areas. We've experimented with so many different grape varieties. In the region that I'm in Marlborough, Sauvignon Blanc has become internationally famous in my lifetime, coming from nowhere. And that's one variety that I don't see going away, because it produces a wine that people want to drink, and there is no sign of interest in that wine falling. But in the future, it's very hard to say, because people, if you went to Central Otago, for example, and 20 years ago, 25 years ago, and you said, I'm going to plant grapes here and make wine, people would look at you and wonder what was wrong with you, because they'd say, there's no way you can ripen grapes down there. Well, that's obviously not true, because they have got a wonderful wine industry primarily based around Pinot Noir down there now. And there are other regions in New Zealand that are really only in their infancies. And the varieties and the clones of different varieties that are available, they're increasing all the time. I can't predict a variety. I'd love to. If I knew what it was, I'd be away planting it right now.